Today on the Bucket List Lab, I am going to make a Christmas dessert called Pavlova. Now, I've never made it before, but I think our next Christmas party is in need of a magnificent Christmas dessert. So I searched the internet and I found one that will be sure to blow everybody away. So let's get started. So the very first step is to preheat the oven to 300 degrees. But we also need to strategically place the racks on the lowest shelf possible and the most center. Well, I have to find 6 different size circles to trace so that the layers of the Christmas tree will stack perfectly and create the perfect kind of pyramid-like shape. So we have to be very precise on this, and I'm actually going to go find a ruler. Big bowl is 21, 17, 16. Should we just go with 16? I think so. There's the 15. Okay, because this dessert has to be so precise in the rounds that we will be creating, I had to search my whole kitchen to find the exact size of bowls that I just need to trace. So I found 3 different, circles that I will trace. And this one being 15 centimeters in diameter. This one being 12 centimeters in diameter. And this one being 6.5. So I will trace their circles on this parchment paper. Now I need to find 3 more sizes. A 10 centimeter, a 4 centimeter, and a 5 centimeter.
This sucks. I am constructing the Pyramid of Giza.
And we got a 4. Right here, this is 4 centimeters in diameter. Now it is time to separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. We are going to use 2 1/3 cups of egg white. And really, we're gonna discard or just use the yolks like later for a different recipe. Or just store them in your fridge until they go bad, you know? So that is the next step. All right, now I need to measure the egg whites to make sure I have 2/3 of a cup worth of egg whites. So I actually do have a little excess. That's why the recipe was super specific and said you have to measure it. So we kind of discard the rest of those whites and get ready to whisk. All right, something that is very important about when making this recipe is to use extra fine sugar. Okay, the extra fine sugar is going to make it turn out right. I don't know. This is different. I've never splurged on this extra fine sugar. So we are pouring 1 1/4 cup of this extra fine sugar. And we are going to gradually put our sugar in, a tablespoon at a time. This is gonna go for 1.5 minutes. All right, now for the ultimate test. Looks like my white peaks are stiff. It is now time to fill the whites into the piping bag. Okay, I'm going to use my circles that I traced as a guide. However, I am going to leave some space kind of internally so I can do some decorative stuff later. Now it is time for the pans to go in the oven. Now, the pan with the 3 kind of larger ones, they need to go on the middle shelf. The pan with the 4 smaller ones need to go on the bottom shelf. We turn the temperature down to 250, and basically we get to chill for a whole hour while it bakes, and then it needs to just kind of set in the oven and kind of dry out for a few hours. So we got some time to kill. Okay, now it's time to make the raspberry sauce. So what we're gonna do is take 8 ounces of frozen raspberry and heat them up on medium heat for 5 minutes. Now we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of sugar and put them in the raspberry pot. Now it is time to take my raspberry heated sauce, and I'm going to put it in my blender cup. I want to still be able to know it was once a raspberry. I don't like super pulsated sauces. And some people even like to strain their puree so they get all of the seeds and all of the kind of odd texture out of the sauce, but I kind of enjoy it in its more natural state. Tart. Now I need to prep the strawberries. I need to cut them in a very specific way to where they're kind of flat. They're like flat columns that will actually provide structure to our tree. What we want to do is take the tops off, obviously, but then we got to take the bottom off as well. We'll make like this flat disc that'll go in between the layers of our meringue. And now they'll be ready to go tomorrow. All right, it is now time to make the whipped cream that goes in between the layers of the tree. So we are going to use heavy whipping cream. Now some people like to use the pre-made stuff, store-bought stuff, and let me tell you, that's just no good. Take the extra time, make it from scratch, because just the pre-made stuff just tastes so artificial. See, look how thick that cream is. Yes, that is heavy whipping cream. Oh my goodness. So we're in 2 cups. Like, I need a silicone spatula to get that out. That's like, oh my goodness. So we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then we mix it on high for 5 minutes. This one cracked. It needs more sugar. A lot more sugar. Taste test, round 2. It's a lot better. Construction time. So we're going to take the largest round, and this is going to be our base layer. And as you can see, it does have some cracks in it now, but it should hold. And we take our whipped cream and we generously coat it. It's gonna be like a glue. We take our strawberry pillars and we're going to place 4 strawberry pillars. And it's deflating. And then we drizzle it with some raspberry puree. Now I want to get kind of the edges because I want it to peek out from the tree like little tinsel, red tinsel. for another layer. This is not going to be straight. This is going to be like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Now we're going to make it snow. Now let's top it with our pretty little bird. The bell's in the way. It looks so good. Well, I took this amazing recipe to a church Christmas party, and to say in the least, it was a showstopper. Everybody was amazed about the height and just the beauty of the white Christmas tree. And then when everybody dug into it, I was showered with compliments. It was great. They were saying how light and fluffy it was and unique. This meringue was just a really interesting recipe to bring to a party, and I really recommend that you try it yourself.